Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so Tenet is finally here after being delayed 3 times by Warner Brothers. And for your information, Christopher Nolan had conceived the idea to make this film for almost 20 years. Tapi dalam 6-7 tahun yang lepas, baru he started working on the script. And now in 2020, you get to see the end result lah, which is Tenet. So interestingly, cerita ni, it actually costed 200 to 300 million dollars to make. That is a lot of money considering the fact that this is actually a standalone film. Maksudnya di sini is that cerita ni is not a prequel, it's not a sequel, it's not tied with any other universe macam Marvel ataupun MCU semua ni. Dia memang standalone on its own. This amount of money for this kind of movie is actually quite a lot. So nampaknya studio sekarang dah percayakan Christopher Nolan to make great films lah. Dia orang kau kasih lah duit macam mana, banyak macam mana kat dia, kau buat lah apa yang kau nak. Sebab over the years ni, he's given us a lot of iconic films kan, such as The Dark Knight Trilogy, Inception, Interstellar, Dunkirk, and now we have Tenet. So dalam cerita Tenet ni, it tells the story of two main protagonists played by John David Washington and also Robert Pattinson. And in this film, they are working for an organization which is called Tenet, which is set in the future, and their job is to become time cops, di mana they need to manipulate time so that they can prevent bad things from ever happening lah. So in this movie's case, which is World War III and also the end of the world. So what I can say about this film is that it is damn awesome. Cerita ni memang sangat-sangat unik. We have never ever seen anything like this before in film. And the concept and idea that they're trying to show to us is very fresh tau. So in this movie, it introduces to us for the very first time the concept of time inversion, which is a little bit different than your traditional time travel. Di mana kalau time inversion ni, we will have some people who is moving in a normal way, moving forwards in time. Tetapi bila diorang invert the time tu, diorang akan ibarat bergerak songsang, macam terbalik lah. So nanti pergerakan badan diorang akan jadi lagi pelik semua lah. So memang sangat-sangat cool lah cerita ni. So let's talk about the pros of this film. So first and foremost is about the action sequences. Cerita ni punya action memang sangat-sangat mantap lah Memang everything looks really incredible tau. I found myself in the cinemas with my jaw drop because I was really amazed at how they were able to shoot all those scenes tau. Sebab ada certain scene tu di mana some people are moving forwards and others are moving backwards simultaneously. So memang kita rasa macam like memang terpegun gila lah, kagum gila lah. Tetapi sangat-sangat pening tau. Sebab kita rasa macam like, oh siapa yang pergi dulu, siapa yang datang kemudian kan. So memang sangat-sangat pening lah cerita ni. But the actions are really interesting, so you won't feel bored. And one more thing that I can praise is about the practical effects. So Christopher Nolan, what I love about his film is that he actually dares to go the distance to try to convince the audience that whatever it is that we're seeing on screen is actually happening. It's really real. So dalam cerita ni, there is very minimal CGI. And even kalau korang ingat the satu scene from the trailers tu kan, yang ada involve satu kapal terbang besar tu, itu kalau korang nak tahu, they actually use a real life airplane for that scene tau. So masa dalam wayang tu, masa scene tu, aku cuba cari tau mana satu yang CGI, mana satu yang fake, mana satu yang diorang guna macam airplane models kan. Tetapi I was having a difficult time trying to figure things out sebab memang rupa-rupanya scene tu betul-betul terjadi tau. Memang kagum gila lah. And lastly is the soundtrack of this film. Now soundtrack dia kali ni bukan dibuat oleh Hans Zimmer. It is made by Ludwig Göransson. Now he actually composed the soundtrack for the Black Panther punya movie, so it is actually quite cool lah. Soundtrack dia agak sedap. And kadang-kadang aku perasan soundtrack dia tu, dia punya music dia, it sounded like someone is playing a music tape on rewind tau. Which is for me sangat-sangat kena lah dengan tema cerita ni, di mana diorang patah balik masa. So I find that to be quite interesting and quite stylish juga lah. Okay, so now let's talk about the cons of this film, which is I find to be a really huge issue, and that is it is too complex. Dia cerita ni sangat complicated, sangat susah nak faham. Now I know Christopher Nolan jenis director yang tak suka spoon feed his audience kan. He actually respects his audience in a certain way that he allows us to figure things out on our own. Tetapi kali ni I think that he's taken it too far lah. Memang cerita ni dah jadi terlalu melampau lah. Even member aku sendiri cakap, this is like Inception on steroids tau. This is way worse than Inception. Cerita ni memang sangat-sangat confusing though. And I know some people akan cakap, kita suka cerita yang perlukan kita untuk berfikir kan. Tapi there comes a point di mana things can get too complex, too complicated, that we will have a very hard time trying to figure things out on our own lah. Sebenarnya ni boleh jadi bahaya tau. Sebab cerita ni action scenes memang sangat-sangat best. Tapi kalau kita tak faham apa yang sedang berlaku, apa yang diorang cuba nak buat, semua benda ni kan, itu akan jadi problem kat kita lah. Memang kita tak dapat nak enjoy pun the action sequences yang sedang berlaku tu. And the script itself is very chaotic. Memang kita tak faham pun diorang tengah sembang pasal apa tau. Sebab memang script diorang macam terlalu advance. And even subtitles dan wayang tu pun tak membantu langsung tau. So kita memang tak faham langsung apa yang diorang tengah bercakap semualah. Okay, sekarang aku nak cerita sedikit pasal satu benda yang aku terjumpa, a fan theory, a fan conspiracy theory that I find to be really interesting. Okay, so now ibarat spoiler lah. Alright, so masa ending of this film, kita dapat tahu that Robert Pattinson ni sebenarnya is from the future, and this Tenet organisation is founded by future John David Washington. And that John David Washington from the future ni yang hantar Robert Pattinson back to the past to help his former self lah, so that he will one day become the leader that he would be in the future nantilah. So memang agak confusing kat situ kan. So itu ibarat Terminator punya storyline kan. So sekarang ni ibarat John David Washington is like John Connor, and Robert Pattinson ni is ibarat Kyle Reese. So I really like that concept lah. Now this is where the theory gets really wild. Okay, dalam cerita ni ada satu budak kecil ni tau, and budak kecil ni is anak Catherine, and Catherine ni pula is ibarat John David Washington punya love interest lah in this film. So ada orang cakap Catherine punya anak ni dalam cerita ni is actually Robert Pattinson masa kecil. So over the years nanti, in a few years, John David Washington akan recruit him and train him so that he would become one of his soldiers, and he would send Robert Pattinson back in time to save the world lah. So how awesome is that? I wish they would have included that explanation in the storyline tau. I feel like that would have added more emotional impact to the film. Tapi itulah, cerita ni even though it is 2 hours and 30 minutes, kita still rasa macam a lot of explanation and backstory is missing, and aku rasa they could have added more ataupun explain a little bit better on certain aspects to make the film a lot better lah, way better lah sebenarnya. So that being said, I believe that this is not Christopher Nolan's punya best work, but it is still a remarkable film. I highly recommend you guys to go and check it out, sebab cerita ni memang one of a kind lah. And for that, I'm going to give Tenet a rating of 8.2 out of 10. Alright guys, so that's all for me for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Kita jumpa lagi next video pula. Bye!